Ladies and gentlemen, would you be seated, please? Ladies and gentlemen, would you be seated, please, so we can begin tonight's program? Thank you. Throughout life, Lord, we have been taught to look out for ourselves. Sometimes we forget that you have been looking out for us all along. You have given us so many talents and so many gifts. Everything we are, everything we hope to become is a gift from you. Sometimes we forget and take all this for granted. Well, this evening, let us pause for a moment and say thanks for all the countless ways in which you have blessed us. Especially thank you for allowing us to attain our goal of graduation. Thank you for our families and all those who supported us. Perhaps the greatest way to say thanks is to live the life that you have given us to its fullest extent. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and of course, especially the graduates. I'd like to thank Larry Robinson for the invocation. No list of thanks would be complete without mentioning the people on stage tonight who are very much a part of our program and our student success. That's the administrators, the teachers, the secretaries, the custodians, and the counselors, which help make up the adult education staff. And a special thanks to you, the husbands, wives, friends, children, and parents that enabled these students to reach this step in their life. Without your patience and understanding, many graduates would not be here tonight. I hope you will enjoy our program and come back and visit us again soon. My pleasure to introduce someone that you may have come to know as part of the Hazel Park Adult Education Program, which is one of the largest programs in the state of Michigan. We have over 3,800 students enrolled in our program each semester. We employ over 300 teachers to carry out the instructional need of these students. Hazel Park graduates over 40% of all the adult high school graduates in Oakland County. Hazel Park is not only one of the best adult ed programs in the state, it also has one of the best directors. Due largely to Jim Anker's efforts, our program continues to bring quality to our students' education and keeps Hazel Park at the forefront of education. Jim has brought the philosophy that you, the student, is the most important part of our program. It gives me great pleasure to introduce the Hazel Park Adult Education Director, my friend, colleague, and boss, James Anker.
Good evening. I think it's warm enough even for me. I think back in February when I wanted this. Now I'm not sure that I do. Before I introduce tonight's special speaker, I have a special introduction I'd like to do. In about 15 days, as best I can count, someone special to us is going to be retiring. This person has over 30 years in education, the majority of which has been in adult education. The last dozen as director of one of the largest programs which we've become associated with in the last couple of years, and that's the program in Pontiac. And a number of the graduates on stage tonight are graduates coming from the Pontiac Adult Ed program. This person is really, truly one of the leaders in adult education and has been for the past at least a dozen years, and even had impact before then. It's someone that we're going to miss as a professional colleague, and I will personally miss as a friend. I'd like you to join me in saying goodbye at his last official adult ed graduation. We'll have him back maybe to speak next year. Dr. Thomas Rosenthal, Director in Pontiac. Graduates, you ready for this? I have a couple of questions for you. At any time while you were attending school, or actually after you dropped out, did you ever feel depressed about not having finished school? Did you ever reach a point where you would think you'd never make it to this night? Did any of you have any family problems, school problems, marital problems, job problems that interfered with you going to school? Few of those problems. And the rest don't want to tell the truth. Our special speaker tonight has experienced many, if not all of these obstacles. And she's here tonight to tell you that there's even more to come. But the good news is she's probably also going to tell you you can overcome them. Sandy dropped out of school when she was still in the 8th grade. She got married when she was 16. After having 2 children, she decided it was time for her to go back to school. And in 1987, she graduated from Hazel Park. Not only did she graduate with a 4.0 average. She wasn't finished then. She went on to Wayne State, and at Wayne State, she's currently expecting to graduate this coming December. I was checking with her before. I had said, "You're planning on graduating cum laude?" And she said, "Yes, but I hope it's summa cum laude." She's currently carrying a 3.9 grade point average. It's really my pleasure to introduce to you another You Can Do It Shoe success story. And won't you help me in welcoming Sandy Matuzak.
Thank you very much. Boy, this brings back memories. Good evening, Mr. Gary Quettle, Mr. Jim Aker, faculty, friends, and most of all, graduates. 4 years ago this month, I gave a commencement speech on the stage for my own graduation from Hazel Park Adult Education. I can remember the feelings of pride and achievement which were shared by everyone on the stage and in the audience. Feelings of anticipation and apprehension were also present because this ceremony signified the ending of a period of certainty and familiarity and the beginning of uncertainty of achieving a new and challenging goal. This transition from high school to college was made easier, however, by the faculty here at Hazel Park. The instructors' availability and caring extended beyond my graduation. Wayne State is a large university, and it's not uncommon to have a classroom size of between 200 to 400 students for some classes. The student-instructor relationship in those lecture halls were non-existent, and my apprehension and uncertainty grew. Approximately 2 months into my college career, I returned to Hazel Park to visit my instructors and let them know how things were going. What I was really looking for, though, was that personal communication and caring and encouragement to give me that lift and let me know that I really was capable of achieving my academic goals. The faculty, especially Barbara McWoe, fulfilled my expectations and made me feel as if I could conquer the world. I returned to campus the following day revitalized. The graduates and families here at this graduation are experiencing the same feelings of pride, anticipation, and probably some apprehension for the events which will occur following today. I want to let you know that you can count on the faculty here for encouragement and a lift in self-esteem if you ever feel in doubt. However, as you sit here today, knowing you have obtained your goal of a high school education, I don't have to tell you the feelings of pride and self-respect. You already feel this. As adult students, you have overcome many different obstacles to gain an education, many different obstacles than traditional students. Some of you may be single parents who have families which rely on you for financial and emotional support. For others, the initial step of returning to school was difficult due to self-doubt and the others' understanding that returning to school meant more responsibility and more time. Well, I'd like to say that you've made it. You have achieved. And for those of you who have given even the slightest thought of continuing your education, I implore you to do so. If not for the fact that a degree or certificate increases the chances for acquiring the job that you desire, but because an education gives you much more than academics. An education increases your self-esteem, which at the same time increases your ability to take on life's challenges. You will find yourself saying, sure, I can do that, as opposed to, I don't know, I've never tried that before. In essence, it increases your self-confidence, which in turn increases your opportunity in life to strive for the goals that represent to you personal fame and glory. Furthermore, for those of you who have children, you are setting a wonderful example and are saying to them, through your actions, that an education is of great value in society with a dropout rate with a high dropout rate of children from the schools. I want you to take pride in the fact that as you receive your diplomas, you become alumni of a special group of people that through your intelligence and creativity have made the world a more comfortable, safer, and more entertaining place to live. Let's look at some of these famous high school graduates whose contributions to society have changed our lives. It may be difficult picturing Albert Einstein receiving his diploma, but he did. Another famous graduate, Madonna, made in excess of $10 million last year. The penicillin that you took last winter for your throat infection was invented by a man who at one time sat in a cap and gown just like yours. The examples of famous high school graduates who achieved astounding fame is endless. Dr. Christian Barnard, who performed the first heart transplant, Watson and Crick, the discoverers of DNA and genetic engineering, Isaiah Thomas, Stephen King, Eddie Murphy, and even Mother Teresa welcome you to their alumni. Our world is becoming an increasingly complex and in many ways more terrifying. The contributions this graduation class will make to society are already beginning today. To quote Reverend Jesse Jackson, if you believe, you can achieve. And Confucius said, every journey begins with a single footstep. This graduating class has taken a giant step in setting an example and changing the world. I would like to conclude by offering these graduates and their families who have supported them my heartfelt congratulations. So let's now acknowledge this graduating class with a round of applause. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sandy. My welcome to the graduates here. When you get ready to graduate from college, that next step, you need to call and we'll get you on here as a speaker too. We're very proud that you've taken this step, just like Sandy has, and to continue on from here. Thank you, Sandy. Now we have the pleasure of hearing from two of our graduates. Every graduation, the teachers and staff recommend students to act as spokespersons to our graduates. This year we have Kim Hamilton and Kevin Milton who will be speaking. It gives me a great pleasure to introduce our first graduate speaker, Kim Hamilton.
Members of the board, teachers, graduates, and guests. When I started Hazel Health Education in September of 1989, I was apprehensive. But I was also determined to make a change in my life. I made a list of personal and educational goals for myself and set out to achieve them. Raising 3 young children and finding the time to attend classes and study was difficult. But when you have goals set for yourself and have the determination to succeed, you will find the time for what is important. My parents always instilled in me that education is important and no one can ever take it away. I hope that that example will instill this in my children as well. The encouragement and motivation from the instructors at Hazel Park Adult Education has been a tremendous source of help for me. Their dedication to help students who have made the commitment to finish their high school education is highly commendable. The example that my instructors gave helped me to know that I could attain my educational goals. My experience here at Hazel Park Adult Education has been a rewarding one for me. I have completed the goals I had set for myself back in 1989, and I have now set new goals. And one of my goals is to attain an associate's degree at Macomb Community College. I have proven my commitment to my education, thanks to my encouragement I have received here at Hazel Park and at home for my children. This has not just been an education, but it has also been a personal growth experience that I will carry with me for the rest of my life. Thank you.
Thank you, Kim. Our next speaker will be Kevin Milton.
First of all, I want to thank God that made all things possible. I want to thank my family and friends for their support and encouragement. Special thanks to the fine staff at the New Adult Education Center and its dedicated teachers. I want to give you all, the staff, teachers, family, and friends, an ovation to all. I've had many experiences along my journey. One that really stuck with me was limitations. Limitations on my career, limitations on my goals, and limitations on my future. These were limitations that I could not live with, I did not have to live with, and I was not going to live with. This was one of the 3 reasons that prompted me to go back to school. I have big dreams and vast goals. This was another reason I decided to go back to school. Everyone knows that this is an information age that we live in, and in order to compete and stay in the race, we must be willing to further our education and cultivate our minds. And if we are willing to do this, then we can begin to find happiness, self-fulfillment, and success. The third reason I decided to go back to school was because I am no quitter. I am a winner. And I know that I could not live nor deal with leaving the job I have done, that I knew I was capable of doing much better. We all are winners. We all are achievers. We all are overcomers. Many of us had many obstacles to overcome. The fear of coming back, embarrassment, responsibilities of raising a family, and the list goes on. But the most important thing of all is that we overcame them all. Even though we knew it was going to be a challenge, we were still determined to be achievers. After having overcome all obstacles and achieving all, we are made winners. I want each and every one of you to make a commitment. That is, a commitment to excellence. And excellence simply means to excel. All I'm asking is that you continue to be the best and give your best. 91.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Kim. I think there's excellent representation of this class. Well, this is what we're here for, folks. The air conditioning, I think. No. Sorry, my mind left me. This is what we're here for, is these performance. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the May 1991 Adult Education graduating class. Here to make the presentation of a diploma are the Hazel Park Board of Education members, Vice President Doug Novotny, Treasurer Monica Crawford, and Dr. Thomas Rosenthal, the Director of Pontiac Adult Ed. We will be going through the list of graduates in the same order that it appears in your program. Please feel free to come forward and take a picture. I would ask that you wait until the person you wish to photograph is due up before coming forward. That way we'll minimize crowd confusion in the front. Members of the Board of Education, it is my pleasure to present to you the following students who have fulfilled the requirements for graduation as set forth by the State of Michigan and the Hazel Park Board of Education. Kim Hamilton.
Kevin Milton. We want to thank BEDFED for your support and understanding.
Larry Jalen Adamson.
Lisa Marie Anders. She's also graduating from our Jardine Cosmetology School this June.
Camelia Anzora.
Virgil Apley.
Toriano Levance Bass.
Gerald Bacon.
Chad M. Balabuck.
Isla Ball.
And our next graduate, which is 84 years old, Tommy Ballard.
That's something, isn't it? Timothy Banks.
Lori Bartle.
Adela Barkan.
Danielle Marie Bolter.
Gina Michelle Brown.
Janice Jeanette Brown.
Brenda Burgess.
Cassandra Burgess.
G. Chang.
Alicia Clevis.
Connie Louise Seco.
Jennifer Ann Clark is also graduating from Paradigm Cosmetology in June.
Patrick Coleman.
James Cooper. I thank God for giving me the mind to complete the high school. Thanks to everyone, especially my wife and family. Also, I thank my mother for coming from Savannah, Georgia.
Rochelle Ann Dalzell. Rochelle would like to thank Mrs. Bowie, Mr. Sands, and Mrs. Sherman of Project Seed. She'd also like to thank her family for standing by and believing in her, and especially her father, grandmother, and son and Keith. And she's going to be going to OCC.
Tyrone Dollison. Tyrone thanks his wife and kids who sacrificed their love and time to give me the opportunity. Most important, I thank God for whom all things were made possible.
Jesse Early.
Pamela Heidi Elliott.
Carl Foster.
Peggy Gaffney.
Diana Jean Gammey.
Yolanda Nicole Gear.
James Jr. Griffin.
Andrea Hinkle.
Nanette Koch.
John L. Cooper.
You're following your program. Jean Persopoulos.
Sherelle Hudson.
Tracy Ann Jackson.
Melinda Darlene Stewart.
Denise Johnson.
Denise Jones.
Mary Catherine Finney Jones.
Karen Ann Keener.
Frankie Kelly.
Deborah Lynn Savicki.
Joseph Kukovica.
John Lasker IV.
Delaney Legrone.
Nancy Lee Leach.
Nina Leonard.
Emma Marie Lewis. I'd like to dedicate my diploma to my two mothers, Coran and Jesse, and my brother and his wife, Chuck and Sonia.
Kenneth McGee Jr.
Roseanne Marie McAllister.
Donald Leroy McCluskey.
Lisa Renee McKee.
Lenny Celine McKenna.
George Allen Mittman.
Tammy Jean Miller.
Bonnie Albert Mitchell.
Tina Victoria Monte.
Norman Moore.
Raul Moya.
Larry Lee Mason.
Barbara Marie Northern.
Christopher O'Brien.
Mark Owisney. Mark says a special thanks to Carl Henley and all the other people who made school enjoyable.
Keenan Martell Penn. A special thanks to Mom and Dad, and most of all to God, and last but not least, Mr. and Mrs. Babb.
Carl Perez. That's so he doesn't get lost. He wants to thank his dad and also the Breakfast Club.
Tammy Teresa Pitt.
Ernene Bernier Porter.
Deborah Denise Ramseur. Thanks to Mom and Dad, son, brother, husband, and brother, and I love you all. And Harold.
Janice Faye Reed. Janice would like to thank Linda Miller for her support.
Linda writes, the road to knowledge is never ending. I'd like to thank the faculty and my family for being part of the construction crew.
Stephen Edward Reynolds. So Steve's got the same middle name I do. You have to be okay, guys.
Tony Michelle Ringo.
Damone Lanier Robinson.
Geneva Sue Rogers.
Joyce Ann Ross.
Christopher Lee Rastovich.
Fareed Yusani.
Maggie Yvonne Saunders. She said, I would like to thank God and my family.
Michelle Savage James.
Deanne Jean Savine.
Judy Lee Schultz.
Frances Louise Smith.
Calvin Spears Jr.
Daniel Mark Sperry.
Robin Lynn Stanley.
Stephanie Starks. I'd like to thank your mother very much for all her help.
Michael Stevenson.
Sue E. Stipe.
Hines Jean Stribling.
Jimmy Summer Sr.
James Robert Swain.
Jamie Swassel.
Vanessa Lynn Tart.
Tracy Lynette Terrell.
Kenneth Townsend. Kenneth would like to say thanks to his wife and 2 sons and all of his AA family. He says, I've made 2 of my goals. Graduate, be happy and sober.
Johnny Marlon Watson.
Sharita Lejean Welch.
Teresa Whitehead.
Brian John Wozni.
Bernice Rashay Wright.
And last but certainly not least, Shonda Yingland.
I believe that this whole group deserves a big hand for their accomplishments. Yes, one more thing to do to make it official, graduates. Now that you have the diploma, let's change that concept. Make it official. Thank you. We will be exiting up this right aisle in the center, and I ask that you please keep the aisle clear so that we can get the graduates through. That's the center right aisle on this side. We have a small reception set up out in the lobby, but the graduates will join you there. Thank you very much.